Dude, this guy's so good.
Kill the other guy. Come on, help me. We can win.
Oh, whoops.
Come on,
Wait,
Orange. Turn on them.
Whose
I'm the
team
better
am I
player.
on?
Turn
You know
on
what?
them.
Okay, yeah, he is. Nice, we got him, blue shirt guy. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, truce.
Okay, I'm sorry
Yo,
for shooting you, homie.
You're welcome to the loot, my man, if they have anything. That was awesome.
What is going on, Angels? The Champ Strider here, and today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into Expedition Agartha. Expedition Agartha is a small indie game that just released in early access, and it's a medieval take on the tarkov genre. Agartha is currently priced at $25 on Steam, so let me help you guys determine if you should part with your hard-earned money to support this project's development. Basic gameplay loop is relatively fleshed out in Expedition Agartha. You grab some equipment from your home base or ship, queue for an expedition, and arrive into the world of Agartha. Once an expedition is underway, you search the map for better loot and gear, all while attempting to survive against PvE zombies and pirates, or even the 12 other players who could possibly be in your expedition. As with the genre, survive and keep your loot, or die and lose everything. Games like this are just so fun because the extreme amounts of emotion they bring to you. You're either hyped up on dopamine after a wild PvP-filled raid, or raging at what could have been as you lose a backpack full of great loot to a 3-man squad. There's even in-game voice chat, which can lead to some amazing and just hilarious interactions. Now, just while we're talking about expeditions, I do want to comment that I really like the low-poly graphics. They're kind of Sea of Thieves-esque. It's such a better design choice when indie games try this rather than that realistic type of graphics, and they just don't have the budget or the artist team to make them look anything near resembling realistic, and they look like trash. So I like the art direction. And while the game to me looks good, the map design is also really nice. The map felt a perfect size to me, of just big enough that people can be a little spread out, but small enough that you can find action. And just the overall design and uniqueness of each area is just really nice. You can go from a ship dock to an underground cave to a bandit encampment to even a samurai-based fortress. I love how much they squeeze into the maps. They look absolutely great. Now, after you complete an expedition, you're brought back to your ship, which is kind of like Tarkov's hideout. Here you can pick up quests from NPCs, craft items, and then upgrade your crafting station to craft even better items. For a game with a super small team and no funding, what an achievement by the developers to have such a fleshed out gameplay loop of raiding, questing, crafting, and upgrading gear. I think this overall loop is the strongest aspect of the game. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have its flaws. The questing system, it's a bit weird to me. You need to purchase a quest that looks like a recipe and then bring it in the raid with you to complete it. If you get killed, then you need to rebuy the quest. This just, to me, seems a little bit tedious and excessive. I would sometimes forget to rebuy them or just say the hell with it. I don't feel like wasting time between PvP raids, and I would just not start doing them. Call me lazy for not wanting to spend a minute between raids to grab them, but I can guarantee I'm not alone with this impatience. A quest journal would be a really nice addition. The PvE in the game currently is just kind of there to me. The AI is questionable at best, just brain dead at worst. It's not uncommon to see a pack of 5 NPC bots stuck against the wall doing nothing. I generally started just running past the mobs, searching for people, as it just wasn't really any fun to fight them. AI definitely needs a lot of work, and this is of course a very early access game, so there's bugs, there's jank, there's clunkiness, and there are server issues. Even stuff like equipping items can sometimes be a little bit frustrating as you drag them onto your body multiple times and nothing happens. Despite any of the game's bugs or server issues, I said earlier how I think the core gameplay loop is the strongest part of the game, and even with some of the complaints I had about it, I think it's good enough that the game would be able to support a decent core population and retain them if the game had fluid, responsive, and fun combat. As we get into the topic of combat, I had fun in a lot of my PvP fights, but I think I had fun more so due to the intensity of the situations, knowing that if I die, I'm going to lose everything, and just the adrenaline rush of taking down a squad of 2 players solo. These kind of emotional responses are what made the combat fun to me, and I was kind of laughing. I was in Agartha's Discord, and someone went kind of hard on feedback about the combat system, and of course one of the alpha testers got on his case hard about get good and skill issue and all that stuff. And I kind of try to subtly point out that both of those things can be true. Like, this dude could be bad at the combat and still be right that it needs a lot of work. So now, to me, the core combat experience needs to come a long way for this game to make it long term. Fluid, fun, and responsive are kind of my go-tos for combat, and right now things kind of feel clunky, not very fluid, and you don't necessarily feel that in control. Combat can devolve into who can spam light attacks faster, closing distance can be a little tough, and the kind of meta that developed of if you're losing a fight, sprint away, take a potion, and keep resetting till you win, it's just not that fun and really turns fights into these long drawn-out affairs. Unfortunately, it's very hard to catch up with people also. I've had people running from me, and then by the time I catch them, I hit them once before we're both out of stamina, and then we're moving super slow, breathing heavy, and we can't actually fight. Off to the races again. It just has a long way to go in all aspects of combat. I was even laughing with my chat about how the kicks come out. The characters have these super skinny chicken legs, and there's no real weight or power to the kick. It just feels like a leg jab comes flying out. Just coming from Chivalry, the difference in combat is jarring. I'd love to see this game's combat even get to a comparable system and point as another indie game I support, Renown. Alright, so I think that's a pretty objective and fair kind of review or impressions of where the game's at now. With early access, you're investing in the development team and the vision of the game, kind of knowing that the vision may or not ever be reached. We get very few medieval slasher games, and this is the first Tarkov-esque one, so if you're a fan of the genres, I think enough potential has been shown here to treat this game like a long-term investment. If you're interested in getting started early and want to see how the game progresses over the next year or so, then I would consider making the investment. I know personally I plan on playing a bit more of Agartha and then kind of just waiting for progress and updates to revisit it. And now I shouldn't have to say this, but if you're the type of person expecting a AAA quality release and polish from a game still in early development, you might want to wishlist this and wait it out a little bit. Alright guys, I hope this video helps you make a determination on the game. Either way, let me know down below if I should post some more Agartha videos. Champ out.